Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. This episode we're going to be checking out a piece by the established AI generative artist known as Cybear. This episode we're going to be talking about near symmetrical harmony, we're going to talk about mixed media expression, and we're also going to talk about the ancient symbolism of the Lotus. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, this is a kind of motion media piece here, so I have some still shots or some screenshots here to study. We're kind of thrown instantly in the action, right? Just moves progressively from one piece to the next there. And so the viewer's first impression is likely one of awe due to the sheer speed and ornate nature of the work at hand, right? What you'll notice, our perspective is kind of set perfectly in center, right? We're kind of in alignment with the divine themes at hand, right? I think that's incredibly interesting here. What we'll notice, it kind of immerses us directly within the work at hand. It does that absolutely brilliantly. So what you'll notice here, there is a brilliant sense of texture, right? We see this of course, right here, we see this especially in the kind of flower of the lotus itself. You know, there's textures just throughout the work at hand, right? It's inescapable. They are quite abstract. They kind of flow from one to another. I think that's incredibly important when we're looking at this work. So what you'll notice, as this kind of flies by, you may see some lotuses, you may see some mudras, you may see even some people in meditation as well. There's so many different things that kind of fly by, right? The hands, the meditation, those are all kind of symbols of that Buddhist or that Hindu tradition that we commonly associate the lotus with, right? It's incredibly important. What you'll also notice is a symmetrical spatial composition. So of course we have this kind of sense of near symmetry where it's kind of reflected across that vertical axis, right? Absolutely brilliant. Immerses us within the piece at hand and always feels harmonious in its final impression. And so of course the lotus is a very ancient symbol. For thousands of years now, it's been used in a sacred symbol across many different cultures. The Egyptians, for example, used it as a symbol of kind of the passage from mortality into the afterlife, while of course the most common tradition that we normally see is the Hindu or Buddhist representation, which is kind of the path to spiritual awakening or of course ultimate enlightenment. Incredibly important here. And so you'll notice incredibly ornate work, right? We see this, there's this sense of course, the flower motifs, and then you have this incredibly ornate design on the backing as well. This is an AI generative work, so it's kind of moving and shifting constantly, right? When something is displayed as ornate as this, it always feels a sense of luxury, right? There's a sense of kind of societal status in one way or another. It takes quite a bit of resources to create something as ornate as that. It takes a lot of time, dedication. Of course, you need free time to be able to do that as well. So we see all these motifs, especially the natural motifs throughout the work at hand, incredibly sacred in that impression, right? This idea of spiritual awakening or the path to spiritual awakening, when we look at this work, it feels like we're kind of falling endlessly into frame in a way, right? And with this in mind, you could see a kind of metaphor to that journey of spiritual awakening, right? We're kind of traveling through this endless kind of naturescape, if you will, and maybe we're on the path to spiritual awakening or on the path to ultimate enlightenment. I think that's a really interesting thing that we could bring up here. And so I have some images of a lotus. I'm going to bring that in real quick, see what we can learn. So what you'll notice, of course, I have a very wide composition here. I brought like 4 screenshots. On the left here is going to be a digital illustration from the career illustrator known as Douglas Murakami. What you'll see here is the lotus is one of the purest examples of nature that we have in the art we consume, right? Of course, we go all the way to here. The lotus is a flower that can bloom in some of the muddiest of waters, right? That's a pure testament to its miraculousness as well. So we see the kind of active bloom there for sure. Absolutely brilliant, always catches the eye. And with this in mind, what do y'all see when you view this piece? How do you feel when you view this piece? And how do you think those elements kind of work together to create that, right? And so, like I said, this is an AI generative piece, so it was created in an AI generative art program. I was not able to find exactly what that is, but it definitely is AI generative art and then mixed media, of course, motion media as well. So absolutely stunning. We'd love to look at a work like this. Of course, the ancient symbolism of the lotus, incredibly important, incredibly historic, and of course incredibly sacred as well. So I truly hope y'all enjoyed today. If y'all did, go check out the original artist. It's going to be Cybear, doing some amazing stuff in the AI generative realm as well as, of course, the motion media, kind of mixed media realm as well. So I truly hope y'all enjoyed. Talked about everything from near symmetrical harmony to the lotus to the natural world, all the way to, of course, motion media as well. Really hope y'all enjoyed today. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.